to today's episode of the Niger Ombudsman videos, and I'll say that a lot has happened since my last video. In less than 10 days, so much has gone on. I want to begin first. There are about 4 issues I'll be addressing in this video today, and I want you to just enjoy. I'll begin with good news. I know that a lot has been said about our performance at the just concluded World Athletics Championship in Eugene, Oregon, United States, but I still want to pass my heartfelt congratulations to Oluwatobiloba, Amusan, and Brume. These ladies of ours did us proud. For quite a long time, we are on the medals table in World Championship. It's something that really gladdened my heart. And Amusan, with her outstanding time of 12.12 in the semis that broke the world record, I'll say that she shook the world. And it was surprising to see her even do a lot better in the finals, where she clocked a time of 12.06 seconds. And of course, that's the last time in the finals was rejected due to the fact that there was wind interference. You know, if there's wind blowing in the direction in which you are running, is basically considered to assist your running, so it makes the time faster. So for her, this particular time was rejected. So the time of 12.06 seconds was not officially recognized due to the wind interference. And to hear Michael Johnson say that the time of 12.12 seconds was questionable, in a way, I would say that it was not his place to have made that statement. Of course, as a sports commentator, you can say a lot of things, but if Amusan was an American athlete, I don't think that Johnson, would have questioned her time. So the questioning of the time was uncalled for. That was the responsibility of the athletics technical team to have looked at that. But definitely, before they had set up such a time system in a world championship, everything would have been checked to the last letter before things can even begin to happen. So I don't think that there's any question with the time. Amusan has put on the label over the years, and I remember her statement in 2016, November, when she said, "Unknown now, but I will be unforgettable. I will persist until I succeed." Wow. I'll say that this is coming from a place of one faith, a place of commitment and consistency, because you cannot make this kind of a statement without faith. You cannot make this kind of statement without knowing that you are going to put in the required labor. And Amusan has done that. And so her labor has been rewarded. So I say congratulations. And as you and Brume also are now at the at the Commonwealth Games, I pray that God will also reward your labor and you two ladies will come out strong. For Brume, she got the silver medal in long jump. She's presently the African champion, just like Amusan. The two of them have done Nigeria very proud, and I will pray that they continue along this line. Keep it clean, be consistent, and keep your focus. You have put us on the 13th place in the medals table. We have not been there in the medals table for quite some time. So congratulations to the two of you. I also want to say congratulations to the Jamaican team. I really appreciate the Jamaican team. Why? because Jamaica has been very consistent in their performance over the years. Why? Because they have a world-class program in place. And I think that we have a lot to learn from Jamaica. Our athletics team, I think that it would be good that for them to learn one or two things from Jamaica so that we can bring this home and return our athletics back to what it used to be in the 70s, 80s, when we could see consistency of our athletes, both at the national level and at the world championship level. So we have a lot of work to do. The second topic or issue I'll be looking at is the minority party senators in the Senate threatening to impeach Buhari. When I saw them at that press conference, I laughed and I asked the question, where have they all been for almost 8 years? They have seen things gradually degenerate over the years, but they have been largely mute. The cry, as far as I'm concerned, their present cry, the cry of the senators, is not motivated by the love for the citizens, because they previously have thought that this whole problem of insecurity will not get to Abuja. They saw Abuja as their fortress. They saw Abuja as a hiding place for them. Many of them have basically abandoned their constituencies. Apart from a few that continue to make a difference in their constituencies, many of them, despite the humongous salaries and allowances they've accrued to themselves, despite the money they get for the constituency projects, many of them have stayed put in Abuja. But I will say that now, like the Edos will say, that is to say, the mouth of the frog has now been filled with water. It now cries, whoa, whoa. So the mouth, the sins of the political class of Nigeria is now catching up with them. Before, the common Nigerians were the ones suffering. But now, it has spread to everybody. There's no more hiding place. You see, until they come back to what is right, until they embrace truth and justice, this whole madness is going to continue. 2 Chronicles chapter 7 verse 14 says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear and call on me. I will hear from heaven. But our people are not ready to turn from their wicked ways. The political class especially, they have been so engrossed in their looting. They have basically beautified stealing. But now the cup is full. The sins of the nation is basically catching up with it. We see in less than 8 days alone, we have seen series of attacks from these terrorist groups, which they did not want to call terrorist groups before. Insecurity has worsened to the extent that President Buhari himself has been threatened. There has been threat from these terrorists that they will adopt the president and the Kaduna state governor. And it was a surprise to hear El-Rufai, the Kaduna state governor, say that the president was not aware of this particular threat. How can a president not read a newspaper? How? The chief security officer of a nation not carry the paper in the morning and read for himself? Or how can his so-called press people, his so-called assistants, not read and give him feedback concerning what is happening in the country? So it means that the president has been detached from the true ongoing within our country. It's sad. We have seen an attack on the gas brigade that killed 2 officers and others wounded. We have seen an attack, an adoption of a captain and 10 soldiers who went to respond to a distress call. We have seen an attack, I think 3 days ago, on a military checkpoint. A soldier was killed. I think 1 or 2 were injured before there was a response from the army brigade that was around there. Our nation has come to this state because when this whole issue of insecurity began, the political class used it to their advantage. Rather than address it from an objective perspective, they decided to play politics with it. We saw the religious card being played with Islamic sentiments coming in. We saw the tribal card being played. We saw the issue of favoritism, because some of these people, even when they are caught and arrested, before you know it, there's a telephone call and these people are released. We have seen cases where the Air Force was ready to bomb some particular locations, and right before they go into action, they are recalled. Before this time, we have seen military officers, top officers, that have now, some of them have now been indicted, loot money, resources that were meant for the purchase of arms and ammunition. We have seen greed at a whole new level. These are part of the reasons why our military have been decimated and demoralized. We have seen our soldiers cry out in battlefront with videos about their conditions. We have also seen some of these terrorists infiltrate our military. If we want to win this battle, it is time for us as a nation to tell ourselves the truth. APC, under Buhari, you people have failed woefully. A lot of Nigerians were eager, anxious for change in 2015. And you people used that as a platform to launch yourself. You said you were going to give Nigerians a change, but you have ended up doing worse than the Jonathan administration. If Jonathan himself has performed well, who would have opted for Buhari and APC? But you APC, you people have destroyed all that cause for sanity. And the legislator who are now crying out, talking about impeaching Buhari, you people, you have. I think this particular group of lawmakers are the worst we have ever had as a nation. It is time for you guys to tell yourselves the truth. And the last point I will address is the issue of census. Nigeria is planning a census in 2023. That's what this present government is planning. In April 2023, and the Nigeria Population Commission has budgeted 176 billion, which has been approved in this present budget for 2023. And it has been approved, and this is the budget for 2023. But I believe that spending 176 billion at a time like this, for me, it's inappropriate. This is not the time. Do we need to have the population figures for our nation? Yes, no doubt. We need it to enhance our planning. We need it to facilitate our distribution of resources. We need it for taxation, to enhance our taxation. We need it to know those who are employed or unemployed. We need it for location of services, schools, health, care centers, housing, and for general planning. But I believe what Nigeria, the government, should be doing right now is having an enhanced, well-established postcoding system. We need to establish postcodes, and then we need to facilitate registration for the national ID card. Through that, which is what most nations have now. Most nations don't conduct census anymore. They basically have an established national ID card system, and they have a postcode system. You are tied to closely, you are tied to a postcode around you. So that is how you are located. And with your data on the national database, your information can easily be retrieved. And right now, I also believe that we should aggregate or pull together the scattered database that we have. We have the database being held by the telecommunications companies. We have data coming from our passports, driver's licenses. We have data coming from the national identity card. We have data coming from the bank verification exercise. All this data can be pulled together so as to ease the national ID system. So with that, those who are on any of these databases can easily be now issued with a national ID, knowing that their data has been captured already. So this is my appeal to our leaders. If we don't tell ourselves the truth, there's no way Nigeria can move forward. No nation can move forward where anarchy is the order. Nigeria has moved far backwards from where it ought to have been. But things can change if the present political class wanted to change. And Nigerians right now are desperate for a change. Whether the political class desire it or not, in 2023, Nigerians are going for it. I urge you, think wisely. Whatever money you'll be given cannot fulfill your needs for 4 years. Do not accept any bribe. Do not allow anyone buy your vote. Go to the polls and vote for your candidate who you know will do what is right in 2023. For me, Obi is my choice. And to the Kenyans who are preparing for their elections next month, I wish you guys the best. And I pray that you will vote based on objectivity and not on sentiments. Your country, just like Nigeria, has gone through a lot. And if you want that country to move forward, you also have to vote, not on sentiments, but based on what the candidates of your choice can do for your nation and for you. I wish you the best. May God bless you. See you all in my next episode. And if you have not subscribed, press that subscribe button. May God bless you. May God bless Nigeria.